Hello, John.
How's it going? Yo.
How you doing? Oh, you're all there.
Tobey. Got two of us. We're missing one guy, unfortunately.
We're missing
Tobey on the left and John on the right, and then Aled. We're waiting for Aled, right?
Aled unfortunately can't make it today.
Okay, it's just the two of you.
Just the two of us.
All right, cool.
I'm sure we can indulge. We can dispose a lot of knowledge from our minds. We'll do our best to talk synths. He's the synth man, but Tobey knows his way around synths too. So, if any synth questions, please direct to Tobey.
All right, let's get it on. Welcome to the weekly synthwave podcast called Mini Hero. My name is Daniel Barton, a.k.a. HeartBeatHero, and today I'm speaking with Tobey and John of Heartbreak City.
Hello.
All right, how you both doing?
Well, it's good, man. Yeah, very good, very good. Looking forward to. We finally nailed a date down for this interview. So thanks very much for having us on, man. We appreciate that.
Yeah, glad to have you.
Nailed down a date for the album as well.
Oh wow! So when's the album out?
28th of November.
28th of November, and you got the artwork laid out for that. Are you like pressing any vinyls about that, or what are you going to do with it?
Yeah, we've got ourselves Aztec Records. Absolute awesome bunch of guys helping us out with the release of this first album, and Tobey and those guys have been getting some very pretty artwork. It looks pretty dope, I'm not going to lie, and that's obviously digital, but we're also going to bring it on vinyl and CD as well, because keep it retro, man. It's nice to feel something, isn't it?
Awesome. How did you get in touch with Aztec? Because I've known them for many years.
Oh, cool, man.
So they reached out to us. So we started up Heartbreak City a couple of years ago. About 2 years ago now, isn't it?
Maybe 3?
Yeah, 2 years ago. But we were sort of keeping everything in our back pockets, and then we started to go through on social media, and they actually reached out to us. It was Lau was interested in collaborating. So we were like, and then she also said, we'd be happy to have you on the label if you guys are considering a record label. And we thought, do you know what? It's not something we considered, but yes.
Yeah, I'm glad we did. It's been great having them on board and helping us out with our debut release. I mean, it's not something we've done much of in the past, really. And I think seeing just how hard that is, how tough that is for independent artists to do everything by themselves. I mean, you see it day in, day out. It's real tough out there. There's a lot of stuff happening in the digital world, but to have Aztec, help us out with this, we're just super grateful, and we're looking forward to working with them for many moons.
You said you collabed with Lau. Is there a track where you guys are both on together, or?
No,
not actually.
So it's something that could be in the distance.
Yeah, collaboration. Yeah. It's been pretty cool. I mean, those guys, because we're quite new to the synth world community, really, especially with this originals thing that we're putting out there. And Lau and Ariel were just saying, like, guys, synthwave, this stuff, the community, they just love collaborations with producers, other bands and stuff. So we've obviously been focused quite a lot on the 10 songs for this album. But, we are totally 100% up for getting some collaborations going on, next project, let's bring it on. That'd be so sweet, actually, just doing like a whole new record and album with just some, amazing musicians out there in the synth community. So that's a really exciting next step, I think.
So it's John on my left and Tobey on the right. And Aled, can you tell me about the third member of your band?
Aled I've known Aled for a long, long time, actually. We were in like sort of lots of working bands together, because, we're all like sort of working musicians doing the private stuff, the weddings and the corporates and stuff like that. And the three of us studied at the same college in Cross Keys in South Wales in the UK. And we all studied music together in different years, actually. Tobey and I were on the same year, weren't we?
Yeah, I did music tech, you done music performance.
And then about 2 or 3 years later, Aled was on the same course as a keyboard player, and just one of the finest keyboard players, I think, to kind of come through a small little sort of valleys college here in South Wales. And yeah, he's such a talented guy. It is, honest to gosh, he is. If you've heard him playing, just sat there at the piano, it's mind blowing. That he's such a young kid. He's got an old soul, and to listen to him play, he's just got such a feel. He's got a great sense of humor.
Melts your heart.
It does a little bit. Yeah. It's heart melting style of play, and it sucks that he can't be here today, unfortunately. But
there will be another chance.
There will, 100%. Yeah. We'll hold you to that. You'll have to get us back on, please.
Well, you mentioned he had heart. Where does your name come from? How did you guys think of that?
So years ago, Alid and I were in another band that never really kind of took off. It was just, one of those things we liked to play with after we were playing so many covers gigs. It's like, oh, let's just write some music. Let's just have a nice time. And I wrote a song called Heartbreak City. And then the boys at the time I was in a band with helped me paint it and color it. And it's like, Heartbreak City, that's quite a unique, I'd say, name, I suppose, or just Heartbreak City. Like, what is a Heartbreak City? I mean, where is that? Be interested to know. And we just like the name. So the three of us were like, right, okay, we've got these songs. We've got like an EP together. So that's what we were thinking first, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just put an EP out there. What sort of names are we going to have? And, they were the back and forth. The name song was just,
forever.
It did. And, lots of maybes and no's. And, I just remembered, like you say, the song that Alid and I sort of collaborated with all those years ago, Heartbreak City. And then, of course, it was because there's the three of us and the two of us were like, oh, that's a vibe. Luckily, Tobey was like, yeah, you're right. That is a vibe. That's quite a, what was one name of a song is now the name of the album. So it's nice to see that, those three words, Heartbreak and City.
Of the album or of the band? Or
the band, yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the band is Heartbreak City. The debut album will also be Heartbreak City. And the more I say it, Heartbreak City. And then I was Googling it. I was like, does anybody else have Heartbreak City? Like,
that's the thing, yeah.
A song maybe like called Heartbreak City. I mean, they wanted a lot of things that were ready to derail the name. So I think we were quite lucky with the name, touch wood.
So you all met at school. Are you still at school or are you guys all working? Do you have day jobs?
Unfortunately, we're grown-ups now. But luckily I have been keeping the real stuff at bay as much as I can. I run a wedding and function band here in the UK with some friends, actually, all from the same college. I mean, the Cross Keys College, can't speak highly enough about it. I mean, the music program back then was just, it was just churning out really, cool, fun people to hang with. And then, years down the line, we're now working together outside of college, because, I'm 38 myself. I graduated college when I was sort of 22. So it's been, over a decade of knowing each other.
So John, you're also working together.
So I'm a musician. Tobey plays drums for a band called the Apple Tree Theory, who, another local bunch of musicians who, play the private and the corporate sector and stuff like that.
Country music, so totally different.
It's a lot of fun.
What we're doing here,
the good news, country. Yeah. It's so much fun to see them all perform live. It's super crazy. Tobey's such a talented drummer. You can kind of, nail down those American bluegrass rhythms and stuff. But then, of course, you hear you hear the stuff on the record. That's Tobey giving it absolute tilt. And he's a very flexible guy. He's playing like a sort of Johnny Crash shuffle, and the next he's just giving it absolute tilt on Pamela. It's just I'm like, yeah, bravo.
And
bravo.
what are the parts? What are your roles in the band? Starting with John.
Oh, so I am the vocalist and guitar player, and that's kind of my input into everything. Tobey and Alid were basically creating things beforehand because they were in a very brief project together, and Tobey was like, "Oh, listen to my stuff," and
So me and Alid were in another band together. It was sort of like 80s glam rock.
Mm-hmm. Good fun. It sounded real polished, and
that sort of disbanded. And then Alid and I sort of went off then and done our own thing. Alid brought me an idea, which was basically a voice note, a memo off his phone, and give it a couple of weeks, and I presented back to him. I put some production on there, and it sort of kicked off from there. And that was Spencer Street, that track.
Oh, that's
and we'd done a couple of tracks then, and John, we were looking for singers, and John was keen. And,
very keen.
2 years later, we
Awesome.
got 10 tracks.
Yeah, man.
Your band has great vocals, top-notch production. You told me a bit about how you collab together. Do you have one place to record? Do you have like a bedroom studio? Do you rent a place out?
Yeah.
Well,
so I do all the production at my studio, which is about 10 minutes away from here. John does all the vocals and guitar recordings here, sends them to me, and then Alid will either record here or at my house. Mm-hmm. So this is John's studio.
Yeah.
So float between two studios, but the main production, mixing, mastering is at my gaff.
Which is a lot of fun, really. I think, a lot of people who listen to this sort of thing, like how lucky we are in the digital world about how easy it is now to, if you're keen and you're enthusiastic, how what you can create without, like, back in the day when you'd pay a lot of money to go to, like, recording studios, and then you'd have to just buy more time because you'd want to change things and stuff. And I think it's fascinating, man. I always saw this digital age that we live in, and what we can throw across to each other in, like, such a short space of time and keep the creativity going as best as you can.
Do all three of you use a DAW, or like, are all three of you producers?
Yeah, so John records everything on Logic. I work a little bit with Logic, but the main production's done on FL Studio.
There you go.
So yeah, I've used pretty much everything. Like, I studied music production in university as well, college, etc. So I started out with Cubase, moved over to Logic, used Ableton for a bit, landed back in FL Studio.
Aled is also on FL Studio, I'm assuming then?
Aled doesn't. He doesn't do a lot in the production.
Okay, so he's doing just the live playing, or?
Yeah, he does the live playing, and we record either here or at my house, and it's usually audio. There's a little bit of MIDI from Aled, but mainly audio on his various.
You have 10 tracks that's going to be on the album, the 26th of November, if I'm correct.
28th.
The 28th of November. You know what day? Was it on a Friday, I'm assuming?
Yes, I believe it is.
That's the best day to release. What track surprised you most when writing it?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd say Pamela. Like, that was like the nicest, I think, turn, because it was like the three of us literally in this den that we're in right now. And Tobey had this, he'd made this instrumental. It all sounded dope. The drums, the textures, everything was just like, oh, this is just 80s power montage vibes, man. You know what I mean? I just want to run up the Rocky Balboa stairs. You know what I mean? I just want to get it going. and there was no sort of top line, no lyric or sort of vocal on top of it. And the three of us were just goofing around here, and then we did a very quick edit because it was only like 2 hours we were here together. You know,
we had the drum beat, didn't we, on loop at 178 BPM.
Yeah.
John sat with his acoustic guitar.
Yeah, it was like an acoustic ballad at first.
Come out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then it was really nice because it was one of the few times the three of us are actually in a room together. Tobey and I have just become dads, so we've got
congrats.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much. We got 2 little girls. Of course, that obviously eats into the time you can be productive.
My daughter, she's 16, so I've been through that phase.
You know what's up, man. Yeah, absolutely. And it's a life-changing, beautiful thing. But you really got to be precious with the time that you can get together. Obviously, because you want to make sure your partner's like totally okay. Like, right, just give me 2 hours, babe. I'll come back and I'll make bottles.
If you're lucky.
And I'll change nappies. Honestly, I got you. Yeah, just give me 2 hours. Give me 2 hours. So the fact we were up here is like, right, we've got 2 hours. What can we do? And then
nothing comes out.
yeah. Well, you'd think that, but luckily with Tobey, what he brought forward, the instrumental, and Aled helping change chorus chords and stuff, because people were like, oh, does it sound a bit too much like this? And then I just came in and he was like, oh, what if you just put this flat minor chord? And we're like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. Well, of course, like, yes, Alec, that's you right there, man. You're number one. And then obviously the lyrics started coming through, and we were just having a lot of fun writing lyrics. This felt like such a brief moment that we could share together, but the song that came out is one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
The energy's high and it just feels good.
Some of the tracks have been in production for like over a year, like 40, 50 hours put into the files.
Yeah.
Whereas Pamela was like our most recent track. I think it was probably done in about 5 or 6 hours.
Wow. Yeah.
And it just literally came out of nowhere.
It's like we felt, we know where this wants to go. We're just going to let it go there.
She's always watching over me. She dives right in whenever I am lost at sea. She saves my soul, the one that's in control. My heart's pumping. More than just paper on a wall. So picture perfect, even though they could not draw the thing you are. A restless sister, got me burning up, too hard to touch. I'll never get enough of you. Oh, Pamela, no one can handle you. You burn away the darkness till there's only light. Pamela, I could be the best.
So you've created a video for that. You've done a lot of Instagram reels and some TikToks, I even think, and on YouTube you also have like some shorts. How much time did it go into that?
Oh, quite a bit of time. To be honest.
Tobey he's the main man. Like, honest to gosh, I mean, there's three of us, and Tobey has been like hands down like the most active guy. You know, he's trying to nail down kind of like getting us together to do, you know, kind of the media and stuff like that. All super important stuff. Obviously, like you say, time is so precious in these little moments, and if there wasn't for like Tobey and Aztec just being like, right guys, you need content. It's not just a case of you being in
times have changed
your den and just making music and just throwing it out there with no context, no who are we, do people like what they hear, or any sort of personalities behind the music. And you know, these guys have just been like, right, this is what we need to do. Just
definitely. Well, something I noticed in those videos was the Roland DI synth. I have it back here as well, and the GTA Vice City t-shirt. I also just ordered that, so that's amazing. Rock on.
Special,
you guys, let's see. If you could pick your favorite song, and that's not from your own catalog, but just in the world, what would it be? Let's start with John.
Oh, in the world, right? Oh gosh. Well, I'd say maybe a song that kind of ties in with what this project is. You know, obviously that 80s nostalgic kind of synth vibe. I would like to say one song that really makes me feel good when I think about it. Like, maybe even if it's like a cover we do in the future, would be Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. You know, just the drums. Like, just imagine like being on stage with the guys and just nailing all the bits as best as you can, and then being like, do we want to do an exact cover, or should we do like a Heartbreak City version, whatever that may sound like. But I feel that is not only just a banging song, but it's my favorite song to help maybe new listeners feel like, there's a thread.
Very cool. And Tobey?
I got so many different answers.
You can name like three of your top ones.
So I think that's a good track for drums. I love Toto Rosanna drums.
Oh yes,
for playing. You know, I love that track. I mean, I can't play it very well, but just
like that crazy bouncy thing on the hi-hat. I mean,
my guilty pleasure songs, I think they probably are my all-time favorites. I love Natalie Imbruglia, Torn.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that track. And I love Owl City Fireflies.
Ooh, that's a good one. Now, another quick one. Your favorite movie?
Oh, favorite movie? Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, mate. It's got to probably be Lord of the Rings for me, personally. Like the first one. You know what I mean? It's just, I watch that like when I've had like a long day and I'm like, right, okay, I'm like, you know, just come home from a gig and it's like 1:30 a.m. and I've just been listening to loud music. The crowd's been having a great time, but now it's time for me to just decompress, let it all go. Like, right, well, I'm going to fall asleep too with a sausage roll. Okay, we're going to watch Lord of the Rings. And like, I feel, obviously, I'm sure we all seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but the first one, I feel it's like the more peaceful. Obviously, the intro in the Shire and stuff. You're like, this is kind of like how the nicest this trilogy gets. Everything else is just like, right, it's all kicking off now. But Lord of the Rings,
all I'm thinking about is that sausage roll. Tobey, tell us what your favorite movie is.
Do you know what? I would probably copy, but I won't. I love the Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
But in terms of like inspiration, I always thought Logan's Run for me was just insane. Like the soundtrack, the whole concept of it. It's so like.
I've never seen it.
I mean,
Are you referring to Wolverine Logan, or it's a different movie? I'm assuming.
Logan's Run. You should.
Logan's Run.
Yeah.
How old is this film?
I think it's the 70s, maybe
early
80s.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But it is proper. Yeah.
I'm gonna Amazon that.
Logan's Run. I'm gonna put it on my list. All right. One last question before we play some of your music. What are you grateful for, and what would you both like to promote?
I'm grateful for this album, quite frankly. I think I've had sort of brief moments in the past with sort of musical popularity, maybe. And, you know, as good as those times were, I feel this time specifically for meeting Tobey and Alid at this time, knowing that we've always been friends for a long time, but for the three of us, these little cross keys graduates, finally getting together and making music that we're all really happy with and pleased with. And now we put it into the world. It will be out on the 28th of November. Like I'm really proud of that. And I'm really grateful for that as well. You know what I mean? I think because it's come off our own backs. There's been no money pumped into other from our own pockets, really. And yeah, I'm grateful for that.
Yeah,
that's why
I'm grateful for. I think the fans really. You know, to think we were very reluctant to putting anything on the internet because of how hard things are nowadays. You know, do we put a song out there and it gets one person listen to it, sort of thing? I feel like the fans of Heartbreak City is, you know, there's quite a loyal fan base from what I can tell already. We've had a lot of pre-orders on the album on Bandcamp. A lot of support from creators, playlisters, people such as yourself. Radio stations, just really grateful for everyone, really. And while we're on the subject of Bandcamp as well, is if people pre-order the album, they get instant access to What's It Gonna Be, which is our sort of focus track of the album.
Oh, cool.
And an additional gratis track as well, which is an alternative mix of a...
Do you like saxophone?
Yeah, if you like saxophone.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. I want to play 5 of your tracks. If you could tell me a bit about each track, then I'll give them a play. I'll be playing Pamela by Heartbreak City. You actually told a lot about that, so maybe you can skip that one. Spencer Street, you told a little bit about that. Then Sleeping Awake, Run to You, and Horizon.
Cool. Sweet.
Should we start with Run to You?
Yeah. Run to You.
Oh, you start us off then, because it was your
Okay, so Run to You was, well, that's a funny one. That was like a song that you and I sort of digitally collabed with.
2019.
Tobey was, he was making, like, you were making beats because obviously he was studying in Bath University, and he was making like
Southampton.
Oh, my apologies. Oh, there we are.
That's all right.
I thought it was Bath Spa.
No. Bath Spa was on my list, but no, I went to Southampton.
Oh, there we are. Then silly John. Either way, Southampton, I believe is how you say it.
Yeah,
he was up there producing beats. Again, it was all like kind of no vocals on there. But you could hear it that, like, oh, this kid, like, he knows how to produce tracks. You know, this is don't want to sleep on this. You know, anytime an opportunity pops up to collaborate, I should really be like, yeah, let's go. And I was trying to like figure Logic out at the time, you know, plugging things in, buying a sound card, just, you know, right, what's this do now? Like YouTubing absolutely everything. You know what it's like. I mean, I'm sure there's Logic users who listen to this show as well, and they're like, yeah, I understand, yeah, you know, and I'm like commanding this and commanding that, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like recording my guitar in, and I'm recording the vocal in. I'm trying to get those cool, like, you know, 1975s. You know, and you're hearing this in a track, you're like, that sounds cool. Yeah, they should do that. Yeah, Tobey could do that. Sweet, man. So I had this song, and it wasn't really going anywhere. Tobey was like, oh, maybe you should do this, do that. And of course, I was like, yeah, when I get time, whatever.
Yeah.
And then our trio was kind of starting to get like this nice little movement going between the three of us, and then we revisited the song, and
which was at the time, so the Run to You project file is the messiest project file ever, because it started off as like a Maroon 5, like, then it turned into Future Bass. It was like, and then it becomes synthwave. So that project file is the most disgusting thing you ever see.
Don't you have multiple versions, like version 1, 2, 3 till 10?
Was there multiple versions of it? I mean, gosh, I mean, I remember, we even had like a different verse for it. When I get it down, but it on a bit of paper. So I'm gonna see you later. See you later. Vocal module effect thing. So there was a lot of verse drafts.
I am married is true.
Yeah.
It ain't no me
without you. Oh, yeah. So like, originally, that's kind of like the hook that we've now sort of got an altered version for. The what was really fun. Was that this song is just 3 chords all the way through. It's just an A major, B minor, and a G major. That's it. I love that. And chorus on the guitar. We're like, oh, now we're in the 80s, man.
Yeah.
And we're talking like, oh, just the chorus.
Some nice synth brass on there. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a good track.
And we got a good friend of mine from the like kind of the function stuff called Dan Newberry, who's he's this young jazz cat, and like, honest to God, he some of the stuff he plays with his friends in Bristol is like super cool jazz. You know what I mean? You can already see it in your mind. He's just on like a cool wood stage. Everyone's sat down, just having they'd smoke if they could, but they're not allowed indoors in the UK. But you know, they're just having a cool time watching this cat just giving it. You're like, oh, that's amazing. And we're like, right, can you tone that down for us for 80s? For the 80s, he's like, I got 3 notes. Yeah, play like 4. Yeah, exactly. And he's you'll hear him on the song. It's such a nice little flavour to it. and just when all the sounds start coming together, it was like, oh, we've got something fun here. The song is sounding like it's fun, like looking forward to playing it, because I won't forget it on the guitar because there's only 3 chords.
I won't forget it on drums because it's just
yeah. So I think that'll be the song you can have like the most fun in. Whereas like when the Spencer Street, I'm gonna be like, oh no, it's in the sharp state, within like in between the inlays. I'm like, oh no, I'm just gonna not play. I'm just gonna dance on this one. I'll just let Ali play all of his the cool stuff. So anyway, did I answer the question?
Yes.
Ride, we're down to Mexico, or anywhere you wanna go. Hey baby, yeah, we always seem to come to life in darkness of the night. With you I see the light. You're my kind of crazy, alive wire lady. Never tell me that you ain't coming through. If I'm your dirty secret, just promise me you'll keep it. I wonder why does every little thing you do make me wanna run to you? Hey baby, ruby lips are whispering a million thoughts about it. Can't help but fantasize about you and the skinny jeans. You're telling me that you ain't keep it on. Naked's where we belong. Right out of the 80s, a live wire lady. And my Van Halen shirt looks so good on you. If I'm your dirty secret, just promise me you'll keep it. I wonder why does every little thing you do make me wanna run to you? Say, make everything feel okay. Something about your strut and the way that it moves in your hair just get me close to that body, baby. I ain't going nowhere. Oh, well, does every little thing you do make me wanna run to you? You make me wanna run. If I'm your dirty secret, just promise me you'll keep it.
But the other tracks.
Okay, cool. Spencer Street. So Alid wrote Spencer Street as an instrumental. I jumped onto it, like I said earlier, produced it, and then we got together. He added the keyboard solo and the second chorus. And then the outro, which is like an FME piano, he recorded that on his montage. And then John came in. You added like a break between the first chorus and the first verse.
Yeah, it was.
And then John does all the lyrics and all the top lines.
Yeah,
so I won't take any credit for that.
Well, I feel that's the interesting thing about, because Pamela, all three of us were like bouncing like these melodies and the lyrics and stuff like that. But this one in particular, Spencer Street, I think these guys had created this really cool, sonically unique and just like, oh, this is dope, man. I love that. Dun, 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 dun. It's just, dun, dun, dun. I love the moment I heard those notes. I was like, ooh, where are we going? Let's go. I want to come with.
Musically is a lot more challenging, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's testament to kind of how Aled composes things.
Very Disney, isn't he? Like his style of playing. And...
Yeah, I mean, Aled he's got a deep love for folk music and stuff. So, Aled really likes to kind of draw inspiration from sort of like more peaceful, I'd say, parts of piano composition. And of course, when you put like the right synth in under his fingers, especially on the montage. I mean, key players who are listening right now, and yourself, you understand montage is a ridiculous piece of kit.
Yeah,
it's got everything you could possibly want.
If he was here now, he'd love to talk about it. There's a lot of Juno on there. Loads of D50.
Yeah,
montage.
Wow.
This Juno right here, Juno.
That's a DI. That's a DI. There it is.
DI, yeah.
That's the one I got.
This was Aled's. I bought this off him for £100.
Well, that's a good deal.
Yeah, totally. But what's really cool is that when we see him, it's just like, oh, hey, bro, you want to play your Juno?
As long as it's in good hands, it's a good.
Man, he's got a DX7 as well, Aled. He's got a D50.
He's got loads of toys, man.
We've got all the layers locked down,
and he knows how to use them all.
He does.
He knows how to make them sing. The guy is just the absolute backbone of the sound of what it is that we've put out into the world. Or we're going to put the final body of work. I mean, you guys have heard bits and bobs, as they say. But
are there any VSTs in there somewhere, or is it all just from?
Yeah, there are. Yeah, so I use Silent is one I do. I used to do a lot of house and trance back in the day. Mm-hmm. So a couple of the stuff I use. I would say maybe some other sort of synth pop artists don't use, because it's sort of what I've grown up with. Uh-huh. So a lot of Zebra, a lot of Silence. I use like some of the FL stock plugins as well, like Toxic.
Do you have Diva?
Sorry?
Do you have Diva?
No.
It's on sale now, half price.
Oh, maybe I'll pick it up. Yeah.
What is it?
I use a lot of I use a lot of UAD stuff, so Polymax is in there quite a bit for basses and lead sounds. The solo in Horizion, in the middle eight of Horizion, that is Polymax. Spencer Street is the montage. But yeah, Polymax and effects. I use a lot of like Soothe and a lot, basically all the UAD plugins, compressors, EQs, etc.
Awesome. Thanks for that. That was just for me.
You said you wanted to see me. You took a shot and I let you. A nervous cigarette walking in the rain to the house where I met you. Kissing goodbye to sober, dancing with bottles of cheap red wine. The way you laughed when I told you what you already knew. I already knew. How can I make you mine? So take me back to where we would be, and play that song where I sweep you off your feet. I won't forget all the things that I felt, all the time that we spent making love until you let me leave. The house on Spencer Street. I woke up feeling hungover. You were just a ray of sweet sunshine. You put your head on my shoulder. I felt your hand in mine. And now I don't want to mess this up, and I don't want to say too much, but I know I'd be a fool to ever throw this away. You're bittersweet.
Continue. So we had Pamela, Spencer Street. I think you spoke about Sleeping Awake, right?
Sleeping Awake.
Sleeping Awake.
That was, I feel like that was,
yeah,
maybe, well, again, it was like just a cool kind of instrumental brought forward by the gang.
Yeah, it was just the chorus, the dun 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 dun. Well, it is that all the way through, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much
basic idea.
Yeah, just love as few chords as you can get away with, man. You know what I mean? And then you can kind of let the little melodies be the most expressive point. You know what I mean? I mean, that's kind of like I love about pop music. Really, it's just find the right chords and just let them set. Find that right groove. Like, okay, yeah, man, let's just dance around with this. And
what I love about it is like Sleeping Awake, for example. I would write the melody da 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 da, but because I'm not a keyboard or guitar player, I sort of stick to that, and then John will come in and play a counter melody, and Alid will do it differently or change the odd chord here or there or play something else around it, and it changes it completely. So it's like working together helps think outside the box a little bit.
Yeah, you can help each other's
take it off in different
boxes, like
different directions.
Yeah. I think that lyrically as well. I mean, it was just a case of me holding. It was like, what is this, the SM7? Yeah, you got one back in you, then haven't you? Yeah. Just having the S and then and just let's let it play over, like kind of being like that kid in his bathroom, like, you know what I mean, before a night out, and just like, you know, kind of like Macaulay Culkin at Home Alone, you know, he's just like, right, what's the vibe here? I'm like, I'm not even singing lyrics, I'm just
that's how it works.
I mean, like, I'm getting ready to go to a party, and I'm
like a Billie Jean sort of beat.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like that lovely foot to the floor vibe. Just like, okay, we're gonna go for a walk. Where are we going? What's up? And Sleeping Awake. I just liked Sleeping Awake. Like, what's that even mean?
Yeah.
What? Sleeping Awake? How can you do that? And I was like, okay, let's work backwards. So it's like, I want to sing Sleeping Awake. Like, I just want to sing that. Okay, cool. That's the chorus, I guess. Let's work backwards from that. What do you want to make sleeping? So I started talking about, obviously, just, you know, not being able to sleep and just kind of like, oh, I'm always up because I'm thinking of something, kind of thing. And that's where like the lyrics were born from the weird two words that I wanted to put together and just sing as the tagline for the chorus. And then just like, okay, let's work backwards from this. So that was quite a fun lyrical exercise, really. And yeah, I really dig that song. That's going to be another one I'm going to look forward to playing them all. I think Spencer Street's the one that scares me the most. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I'll just put my guitar down because like I hide behind my guitar sometimes, but then if I'm like, right, I'm not playing guitar for this one because it's too tough. There's too many things happening. You can go there, and I'm just going to strut my shoulders a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
A side of me that you ain't seen. You've read through all of my pages. You let me live my teenage fantasies. You wrap me up in your crazy. You've been gone far too long, and I've been thinking about you. From my bed while my head can't settle down without you. Bring the night, dim the lights so I can dream, but baby I can't sleep. Cause you got me caught up in my feelings, but will you throw them away? You had me caught up on your dreaming. Now I'm just sleeping awake, sleeping awake. I'm sleeping awake. I've had too many of the sleepless nights. It's like I'm never escaping. These thoughts of you that I have, they got me wanting you back. They can't stop my heart from breaking. These whispers that you left behind, they say till I'm out of my mind. So take that from the back of my eyes. They never let me sleep. Cause you got me caught up in my feelings, but will you throw them away? a side of me that you ain't see. You let me live my teenage fantasies.
The new one that you might hear, What's It Gonna Be?
Oh,
That's the one for me that if I ever had to play that live, I would be quite scared because the drums were initially programmed and we sat down here to play along to it. And it is like Everybody Wants to Rule the World beat. But it's just it's almost like when a guitarist programs drums and then gives the drum to the drummer, learn this, and it's pretty much impossible. So that'd be what I have to really play 1,000 times or just change it.
Yeah. Change it just.
And we still have a Horizion.
Horizion,
yeah, that was that was again a lot of fun to write. That was over your place, down in the other side of Newport, and we just singing "My Little Runaway, My Little." I was like, but then we were like the name "Runaway." I think we were hearing that quite a lot in like different people's like kind of titles for songs, like "Runaway." I feel like that's right on the nose. That is really about like that kind of 80s nostalgia. You know what I mean? Neon sort of "Runaway," and kind of like a girl in like a leather jacket just looking back with a cigarette in her mouth or something. Do you know what I mean? It was just like "Runaway," and they were like, we see a lot of "Runaway." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe can we just like pick another reasonably interesting word from the song? Horizion. Yeah, cool. That's a pretty cool word.
Which was nice. The music video is the lyric video was all like sunsets and sunrises and horizons. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Hiding love from me. What will it take to my heart just wanna break. My little runaway, my little runaway. Look at what you've done to me. What can I do? Where will you go? Did I ever really know? My little runaway, my little runaway. Will you ever run to me? My little runaway, my little runaway.
And that was good fun. Good fun to rock.
Did we do Run to You? Did you explain that?
Oh yeah, I had a little bit of.
That was the Future Bass. Used to be a Future Bass track.
All right. I just want to thank you for coming on the show. Tell Aled I said hi, and make sure to clean those diapers.
Oh God, yeah. We're gonna make with all these. They're going down in a little black book. Mum is already right.
I did one just before I got here.
Yeah, I mean,